All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our summit. I am so excited. Our expert today is Rhiannon Rees, and I am just overwhelmed with joy. And so, Rhiannon, thank you for being here with us.
A pleasure, absolute pleasure. It's so exciting to help as many people as we can with the skill set that we have. And I just feel super blessed that this year things have just taken off in crazy ways, to like winning the #1 business and performance coach in the US. Like, seriously had to call them and go, really? I won? No, so let's help as many women as we can, as many people as we can.
Yes, thank you for that. And one thing I've been learning as I'm doing these interviews is how much our mindset and our awareness has to do with leadership. So could you share that with our audience?
So awareness and mindset is absolutely everything, because we think we live in a linear, logical, sequential world, but actually we don't, because of energetics and quantum physics and subconscious mind, which is so much more powerful. That's processing 20 million pieces of information a second, while the conscious mind is processing 40. I call that donkey brain. When you start to have an awareness of what is available to us, like this is the air we breathe, when we start to have an awareness of that, then you can harness that and create amazing, amazing possibilities for yourself, where things manifest like almost automatically, right? And that's the thing. So the first thing is the awareness. Like, if you think that 1 + 1 = 2, you seriously need to think again, because 1 + 1 does not equal 2. It equals like 1,000,000. It depends on the 1 + 1 that you put together. So what we've been taught in schools is, to follow the Industrial Revolution, to get on in a factory, a conveyor belt, to actually do what we're told. And what we need to do is fulfill our soulful, heart-centered, the reason that we're here. We need to fulfill that. And that doesn't come from a logical, sequential place. That comes from being quiet, meditating, and listening into your deepest purpose here on the planet. What are you here to do? So that awareness is key. Once you have the awareness, then you need to be aware of what is it that your mind is telling you, because often our mind is tricking us. So our mind might say to us, oh, you're stupid, you'll never be like him or her, you can't do that, you're too tall, short, fat, thin, whatever. And so we listen to that little egoic voice that says we are that. And the truth is, we are not that. We are far, far greater than that. So when you just say thank you to that little voice that says X, Y, and Z, and then you say, this is what I'm going to do. And when you are aligned in flow, like the book called Flow, when you're aligned and you're a heart-centered, soul-purpose entrepreneur or person, and you are in flow on your path, all your doors open up. Everything becomes magic. And what your ego will say is, oh, that's not the path, because my plan said A, B, and C. Mm-hmm. Sometimes this is the path, even though it's not to your plan. If it feels good and your gut says yes, it's a yes. Everything's a yes before it's a no. So, a very successful person will say, how can I? And someone who doesn't have this type of mindset, who actually believes that they have obstacles and struggles in their life, they will say, I can't. Mm. So the difference is, even the person that is super successful, they have struggles and obstacles, but their question is, how can I? Not, I can't. So that is where mindset is so powerful. And I know I'm only opening the door on 1 millimeter of mindset. But if you just get that distinction about quantum physics, energy, how can I, as opposed to I can't. But all of it starts with awareness. It starts here with, what do I see? What am I aware of? What am I speaking? Languaging, how do I feel? Awareness is key. Yeah. I hope that answers that for you, Nora.
No, it does. And even when you say, how can I? And then when you say, I can't, it's like I feel like this door, this wall.
Yeah. That's the second that you say I can't, you just block that possibility. And the thing is, you don't know till you try. And sometimes it's in the trying that you learn how to do it. Like I now, because I'm a how can I, like what could I do if I really put my mind to it? How can I make a bigger difference in the world? That's how I see my life. And often I'm trying things that, oh my God, I make more failures more mistakes than any client, anyone I know. Everything looks messy, and it also works because it's in that messiness that my skill set is developing. So I will never say no. I'm a yes first because I don't want that door to close. Sorry about the dogs in the background. I'm rural New South Wales. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. Now, for someone who's not used to doing that, how can they practice it so it becomes more?
Great question. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to meditate. You need to find a quiet place to listen to yourself, to understand what is arising within you. What is arising within you? So, because if you're not quiet, it's the mind, it's the chatter that goes, oh, blah, 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 blah. But that's all ego. I don't look good today. I need to put these earrings on, drive this car, that sort of thing. But that's not actually the core of who you are. That is not your soul-centered being, your essence of who you are. So meditation quiets the mind and allows who you truly are, the essence of who you are, to arise, and then the path becomes more clear. So no more lies to yourself. Is it true? Is it not true? Is it real? Is it not real? Most of the time, the stuff that goes on in our head, it's not even true. It's not real. It doesn't exist. It's just that we love drama. So we buy into it. We go, oh, Nora, I had this problem, so that you go, oh my God, poor you. Whereas a lot of people fear a boring life. Meditation is key. Daily consciousness practice, key.
Yes. And when you have that awareness, when you slow down, then you can hear the real true thoughts, or ideas can come in. Like you said, you come up with more solutions. So it makes you more available to get those ideas, that creativity going.
The thing is, when you slow down, you actually speed up, because by slowing down, you have more surgical precision with what you're doing, because your awareness of what's transpiring in your world massively increases. Like if this thing is busy, I can't see. Whereas if I empty out and I'm just absolutely fully connected, heart, soul, centered on purpose, then all of a sudden I feel there's an opportunity there. It wasn't what I thought, but okay. Like even this morning, the call I had before was with a woman who, she is working with a man who's actually managing Bill Gates' wealth. And so that connection came through something that was very obscure. Like my clients went to this event, met this girl and said, oh, you should meet her. And our diaries are so packed, I couldn't find a time. So when I found a time, I made a time happen, found the time. We didn't know why we're meeting, but I could see there's some magic here. There's something magic here. By the time we had the second meeting 2 weeks later, it's like bang, 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 everything lined up. That wasn't on my plan. And now we realize something much bigger is transpiring. Like at the end of your life, you want to fulfill your purpose. You want to say, oh my God, I've had an amazing ride. Look how many people I've impacted. And you don't want to have any fear. Who cares that you make a mistake, you fall over, get up, go again. So you need to fulfill your greatest potential, which is you. It's you.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And I feel like, like you said earlier, we were trained in the industrialized world. So
yeah, to think logically, sequentially, like this is donkey brain. This is like slow, because that way we can also be controlled. The second that you're creative, you're kind of out of the ballpark. Like then what happens? But that's where
you're unpredictable, and that's where the magic is.
You're unpredictable, and see, society doesn't like that. And at the same time, that's where the magic happens. So I feel like many people in the system are shackled by what they believe to be true. And my job is to unshackle them so that they can be fully creative and express their greatest potential in any way.
Right. And because when you say that, when you're unpredictable and stuff, and you're leading a team or you're part of a team, you bring like that joy, that happiness to them because they see you in it.
If you trust yourself and you believe in yourself and you are, how can I, not I can't, then even if the team are uncertain of the direction that you're going in, they will trust you to know that you will figure it out as you go. That's a great leader. A great leader inspires trust and a culture that we're in this together, and I care. I care about your journey. You, Nora, are a great leader. I've only met you for 5 minutes and you told me 2 stories about the women that you helped. And I knew then you are going places. You seriously are going places. This is just the start of your journey because you care so much. I saw that immediately.
Thank you. Thank you.
Am I wrong?
No, you're right. I'm here to change the world too. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And when we were talking about, how your team sees you, the old industrialized world was all about numbers. But like you said, being on this side, being open and creative, the trust comes and the numbers come after that.
That's exactly right. See, the thing is when I'm working with someone, that I'm like a detective. I'm trying to understand how they tick and how they think and what their mindset's like and all of that, because I am looking for the champion within. Every single person, every one of us has a champion. And it depends what environment we put ourselves in, what teachings that we get, what we learn, and how we harness those strengths to become that champion. So once I work with someone, I show them that they're a champion. I just shine a light on something and they go, oh my God, wow, I never saw that. Then all of a sudden they're at the Olympics doing amazing things. And I could put the most donkey business plan next to them with basic numbers, basic everything, and they'll have it done in 5 seconds and they will reach for something greater. Yeah. So when you realize what your truest, greatest potential is and you see the champion side, everything is the Olympics for you. Do you see?
Yes. And then that brings the rest of the team. They all want to be part of it. They all want to, they all want to have that great feeling, because I think we're all searching for that Olympic inside of us.
Well, you want to feel good. You want to feel appreciated. You want to actually contribute and make a difference. And so when you have a leader who says, I see the champion in you, who actually says, go and do it, and even pushes you to do things you might not want to do, you feel even more accomplished and that you can speak freely and you're part of a vision. You're part of something greater that's making a difference. Oh my God, the rest takes care of itself. Yes. So often in business, we have a lack of vision. Like if you're working for a company that says we just need to sell 1 million of these, that is so unfulfilling and so empty. Whereas if you said, by selling 1 million of these, then we can contribute this amount of money to these single women or these mothers or to this charity, then people are much more driven to make a difference, because ultimately we want to help. Mm-hmm. We want to know that we have had an impact. Like, I don't want to work on a conveyor belt doing widgets. And it's not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But the people who have the potential to wake up, they want to wake up and make a difference. Yeah. So our job is to hold the space for them to be all that they are and to serve. That's how I see it, to serve.
Yes, and that's a beautiful word, because that's what we are here to do. And like I said, it's a ripple effect. More start doing it and it just gets bigger.
Well, that's it, because, if I serve you and I give you what you need, then I get what I need. So it has to be, I give first to receive. Whereas in the past, it was like, what can you give me? But it's just like taking from you. It's a contractive state. Whereas when I give to you, it's expansive. We are moving into a place now where our consciousness is rapidly developing, and it's much more expansive, and things are starting to move faster and faster, and people are having to wake up to this. And that's why the feminine is now getting into the spotlight, because we kind of do it naturally, purely by the fact that we are women. We are naturally wired that way.
Yes. And what a beautiful thing that is.
Well, we don't know anything else, right?
No, I think it's beautiful. It's perfect, because I'm not saying that men aren't, but we're so empathetic because of that raising up kids and, just being that part of it.
That's it. That's it.
So someone who sees that light at the end of the tunnel, but they don't know much yet. What can they do? What kind of, where can they go, or what can they search so they can continue to self-develop themselves?
Yeah. So you definitely want to read. You want to read where your heart feels fulfilled. Get a coach, get a mentor, go to courses. Like, for me, 10 years ago, I was living in a tent going to the food bank for food. I lost everything. And I didn't realize that I had a poverty, victim, scarcity mentality. And now I'm the number one business and performance coach in the States in 10 years. I had to work on myself. So what I did, I went out to the people who were successful and I said, what books do I need to read? So I got a list of books. Like, there's so many books that you can read. There's Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity, the Soul of Money. Then there's books on, spiritual development, like The Art of Happiness with Dalai Lama. Like, there's so many different books. The Road Less Traveled, Scott Peck. There's so many different books that can impact how you are, how you show up, and who you are. Like, it is who you become that will determine your path in this journey. So read, learn. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. Find the people who are doing what you're doing and doing it well. Just copy their model. Just learn that model and just do it, and be aware of what is opening up in your heart as you do it. One of my favorite books is the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. Every single page of that book is jam-packed. The other book I've read probably 70 times, because I'm a mindset specialist, is The Biology of Belief. And of course, there's my books, the How to Climb Mount Everest in Sandals and Life is a Choice and the Choice is Yours. So there's so much you can do and learn: podcasts, events, coaching, reading. Start learning. Every single thing that you learn will contribute to a better life. Keep learning. Read, listen to podcasts, audio, read, learn. Learn, read. Watch people who are doing it, model their behavior. Learn about you. Master yourself. Conquer yourself, and you will conquer your life and your business.
And when they start to do that, you can feel that change within you. And
well, 10 years ago, I couldn't even take a phone call from someone if there was any sort of, if there was going to be any, controversy or anything. I was like, oh, I can't talk to that person. It doesn't feel great. So I'd say, Mum, can you call them? Mum, can you email them? I'm like, how ridiculous. But that's where I was 10 years ago. I was a fragment of myself. And now I'm a powerhouse, shining a light for everyone, because I worked on myself. I had to get over myself. Yeah. And now I help other people get over themselves. And when they do, life starts to become very joyous, like full of rainbows and unicorns.
Yes. And that's the beauty of working on yourself and the self-awareness, that you go from, like you said, that lack, that state of mind of
poverty, victim, scarcity. Yeah.
Yes, to abundance.
It's quite a mindset shift, because the other thing is too, a lot of us, we think, oh my God, something bad happened to me. Something good happened to me. The truth is, those experiences are neither good nor bad. You've drawn them to you to have the experience. If you take the qualifiers away, it's not good and it's not bad, it's just an experience, then you start to enrich your life. Like, it doesn't mean I don't have hurdles and stuff to overcome, but I take them on joyously, going, oh my God, this is awesome, because I'm going to learn. So I see my life with wonder, no matter what's in it. And the truth is, you will get whatever you see your life to be. That's how it rolls out. So if you decide your life is crappy, well, guess what? Surprise, surprise, it's going to be crappy. If you decide your life's going to be amazing, surprise, surprise, it's amazing. So how you see your world is how it shows up. So what are you saying about yourself, and how do you see your world? These are key, and they might sound simple, but this is the foundation of all of it. This is key foundation. Watch those words with surgical precision. The words that you speak about your life and about yourself, that's going to determine your path. Hey, I want magical unicorn path. That's what I say. That's what I speak. And guess what I've got? Magical unicorn path. I don't want to say it's tough and difficult. Like, how ridiculous. It's just a skill set I need to learn. I need to learn the skill set, and thank you, universe, for bringing this to me, because now I can learn that skill set. Yeah. Everything is perfect. We manifest perfectly.
And that's how I know I was speaking to someone, and I said, when something happens like that, ask yourself, what am I learning from this? Because everything is a lesson.
You're either winning or you're learning. There is no losing. You're winning or you're learning.
I love that. I'm going to put it down. Winning or learning.
Yeah, there's no losing. You're winning or you're learning, because in the lessons are the gifts that help you transform into your greatness. Like, you know, you don't get an amazing body by sitting on a couch and, you know, eating 10,000 cookies. You actually have to get to the gym and work out, and that's the growth. So we go through this perturbation, this sort of low level stress to become all that we are. That's the thing. So it's a joy. Like, I was talking to a lady the other day who doesn't have any, you know, time with her kids, and she was quite depressed, and she said, I'd love a connection with my kids. And I said to her, what does the depression do for you? It serves you. And she said, well, it allows her to never fail because she doesn't have to try. I'm like, exactly. So when you decide that not failing is okay, that failure is fine, then you will actually start to participate in your life. Because when you choose to not judge failure, you'll just go and do it. But right now you judge failure as bad. So you have depression, so you don't have to do it. How convenient.
Yeah, I agree. That's one way you don't have to try. You just
don't have to try. So everything that, like, my girlfriend just picked up my son the other day, taking him to TAFE, and she's in tears and she's crying and she's going, oh my God, I've got so much stuff going on and all that. And I said to her, that's because you love it. And she goes, what do you mean? I said, you're an artist. You love your life to be like this. And your biggest upset is that your life would ever be boring, because if it's boring, you're going to think that's an anesthetic and you don't want to do that. And I said, all you have to do is pick up your paints and start to paint. Your life will never be boring. And she just goes, oh my God, you're right. I am doing that. And instantly she transformed from all this stuff to, oh my God, I'm doing that. How powerful is it that we can instantly transform our crap and go, hang on, I'm doing that to benefit me somehow. You got to own it. The second that you own it, you can transform it and choose something better. Choose something more positive. Do you get that? Do you get that, Nora?
Oh yeah, in a split of a second, it changes. And then when you do that, you get, like what you said earlier, you get to serve others as well, because it's contagious. They just get it from you.
That's it. Like, us staying in our own crap is the most selfish thing that we can do. We should be refining and shedding our stuff every day so that we can be of service and make a difference in the world. So anytime you have stuff, it's how fast can I walk through this, learn those lessons to get to the other side, rather than going, oh, I feel like this, or I feel like that, or that's not working, because that is the most selfish place that we can come from, because that's all about me. Once I move through that and past that, I can help you. If I've got my bag of crap, I can never help you.
No.
That's not a life.
No. You're stealing from yourself and others.
You are stealing from yourself and others. And you're already a miracle coming here. Like, 1 in 400 million sperm created you. What about the other 399 that carked it? And you're here. So if we don't recognize that we are the gift, what are we doing? And we are our own worst critics, and self-loathing and self-hatred runs so deep in our society. All these masks have to be shed. Love ourselves. When I found the joy in myself, and I found the pieces of myself I loved, I started to grow them. Well, then how much more could I love everyone else? And I'm so much more resilient now because of all the books I've read and all the training I've done. Like, when I was living in that tent, crying myself to sleep at night, going, I just want to buy my son a swimming lesson, a proper meal, a piece of clothing. I remember writing down, what is the most ridiculous amount of money that I could make, that I never have to live like this. And I wrote down, at the time I was making $500 a month, and I wrote down 40,000. If I could make 40,000 a month, I'd be, in happy land. I would have won the lotto. 18 months later, without a linear, sequential, logical plan, I had my first month, I made $40,811, and that is 10 years ago. You can manifest anything you want at any time the second that you allow your subconscious to believe it's true. And my life has been amazing since then. And I've got way bigger issues to deal with that I love dealing with, because they grow me.
Yes, I love that. Oh my God. I could talk with you forever.
Well, I just want to, this has to touch people's lives. This has to allow them to play big, to get over themselves, to dream big, to build their awareness, to learn, to get their mindset right, and go out and make a difference. That's what I hope. That's why I'm doing it.
That's what you're doing.
And I just want to say thank you, Nora, for putting this on for everyone. Like, how blessed is everyone who gets to listen to this?
Yes, and me too. My God, I get to experience you in person, in person, in heart and soul.
Pleasure, absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Rhiannon. Now, I don't know if you had a gift for our audience, or if you want to just share that later, or do you know?
I will come up with a gift. I will come up with a gift. No problems at all. Yes.
Thank you so much. And then that's all the questions that I had for you, unless you had anything last that you wanted to add.
How about we give everyone a copy of How to Climb Mount Everest in Sandals, my best-selling book on Amazon.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, thank you. I think that's a wonderful gift. And we'll include the link when we send out the interview series.
Perfect.
Rhiannon, I love you so much, and thank you for being with us today. And then thank you to our audience as well.
And let's touch people's lives. Let's make a difference.
Yes, let's make a difference. Share this interview. Of course. Thank you.